it drops one as well. He had a pocket full, and the way he's going right now, it could be more than that.
Keep that in your pocket instead and use the weight.
Yes, exactly. Counterbalance yourself. Why don't you? Magnus, I think you're right. This is an amazing roll of this right now, and look at that curve, absolutely beautiful. Couldn't pedal through it, and then in fact got magnified coming through to that point. There we are, the 6Ks to go marker, and I think that Navarro's got a great chance of making this stick the way he is riding. Can anyone else? Has anyone else here got the same kind of credentials through the curves? Well, Astana have shown what they can do in the descent, and they're engaging with it again right now.
Yeah, they certainly are. That looks like it is Luis Leon Sanchez having a go down this hill, trying to bridge back.
Again, he's quite leggy, and I'm just actually looking as to the danger for him of grounding a pedal through the curves here. He's likely to sail through them, but with the inside pedal raised, it's always a danger, Magnus.
Well, if you start pedaling too early coming out of the corner, yes, it can be a bit of a danger. But seeing this is not, the high-speed corners, you're not backing out of it completely and then hitting it again. And with that, it tends to be not too bad, actually. And these guys, they know exactly what they're doing. And it needs to be quite something special for you to grind your pedal out.
Navarro has been joined, as you can see. Orica Greenedge are on the chase, just emerging. Can't see if Simon Gerrans is there, but don't be surprised if he is, with 4.7 kilometres to go. This is fascinating, Magnus. What a great end to what has been a superb opening day here on the Tour of the Basque Country. Yeah,
it certainly is. And what is going to happen with these two riders here now? It is Navarro's just gone off the road into the gravel there, but luckily he had Luis Leon Sanchez coming through on the inside and didn't actually look like he lost an awful lot of time.
Wow, Danny Navarro just going at slightly cyclocrossy here. Luis Leon Sanchez, who's a big, powerful man alongside him. But what's the gap? That's the question. And Sanchez decides not to trust Navarro with the guide. He'll do it himself all the way down to about the Flamme Rouge. Motorcycle in the way as well. And they're catching him. Look at that. Get out of the way. Does so almost immediately. Called by race director to wind it up, but does so on the straight. But they gain time in the curves, and that was time lost momentarily there.
Yeah, definitely lost about well, maybe a second or so. But the question here now is just getting on to the power, and it doesn't really matter who you got with you. You just got to have to ride absolutely flat out whatever you got and take the risk that you're happy to take through the corners. But look at these beautiful descent as well. If you get the timing right in this one, you can go so quickly down here. You don't actually need to think an awful lot or even work the brakes an awful lot. It's just getting the timing.
Is that Ruben Faria also involved in the chase here? I'm just wondering whether the Portuguese champion is also part of proceedings. 3.3 kilometres to go. I think these guys, I know I said it about Cataldo, but shred that. This looks serious, and they've got the firepower to actually make it stick at the end. And I'm looking to see what the gap is, and it looks reasonably handy at the moment. 7 seconds, they can hold that if this goes all the way to the Flamme Rouge. How much of an advantage do they need, Magnus?
Probably about 4 or 5 seconds, I guess, at this point to be able to hold on to this one. 2.8 kilometers to go, so we're down to about 5%. It starts getting to that point where they need to start actually pedal and help each other take turns, because otherwise they're going to get caught quickly.
There we are. Camera pan back, and you start to count it. 3, 4, 5. They've got about 7 seconds to my mind, with 2.4 kilometers remaining, and now it's a flat out race for the line. You've got to be brave at a moment such as this, and this man's shown it, hasn't he?
Well, Contador
can't help himself.
No, definitely not.
Well, Alberto Contador is going for it, and it's Sergio Henao who's staying with it. There's Quintana. These are all the favourites. And there's that man I was telling you about, Portuguese champion. He goes for it. I saw him, just caught a flash of him on the descent. And he, likewise, doesn't want to take it up and guide anyone else in. 1,900 metres to go. This bodes well, very well for Luis Leon Sanchez and Dani Navarro, who are up the road. And they're going to have a gap here. 1,800 metres. Now, the camera pans up, as you can see. They're the chasers, but these guys are the hares, and they're still working well. Little bit of a pickup before they come into town.
Yeah, and I think we need to be a little bit worried about this man certainly in the blue, Luis Leon Sanchez. He's classy bike rider, very capable climber, and that's why we've seen Alberto Contador go. Here we go then, one of the Dimension Data riders having a...
I think it's Igor Anton that's decided to push on here. We saw Steve Cummings up there a little while ago, but surely not him. Big man nonetheless. And here's the Flamme Rouge. And I think it's all late for everybody behind. Luis Leon Sanchez, if they ride this one properly and don't cat and mouse, Navarro wants a little bit of help, and Sanchez says no. He clearly believes he's got the power on board to take his man when he needs to be, and he's in an advantageous position at the moment, riding in P2 behind Navarro. Navarro threads it. He doesn't want to be mugged late on, but if they don't get it together, and here come Katusha starting to light it up right now. Is that Van den Broek that's on the chase? We'll find out in a moment's time, as we and also the Portuguese champion is engaged here, and would you believe Caio Rural in the frame with Bilbao. If he's made it over, he's got a chance today. Here we are, can't quite see it, such a long way out, but you see the gaps. It's a perfect picture for us, and what we do know is that right now Sanchez has decided to light up, and here we are, Sanchez versus Navarro. Who's your pick? Just behind, coming into town is Bilbao, I think, for Caio Rural. They've got to watch him with 200 metres to go. He's a very quick man, and suddenly they realise the threat. There's Gerrans as well, that's also getting engaged. Oh, they're going to make it. The breakaway's going to make it to the line. Is he going to be in Navarro at the very death? No! There you go. Luis Leon Sanchez takes it. What a fantastic day's racing to open up the Basque Country Tour. Absolute wonderful cycling here. Stage 1 of the 6, and plenty more action to come, you'll be bound. That was great.
Yeah, I did enjoy that. That is brilliant racing, and the fact that these guys managed to stay away on the descent. A couple of very hairy moments there, but I think Luis Leon Sanchez played it cool, used all his experience, and managed to hold on to that one. And yeah, I think he needs to thank those guys up there as well for staying on rubber side down.
A wing and a prayer. There we are, Portuguese champion just saying congratulations. Orica Green Edge looking a bit crestfallen after their efforts. And yeah, what a chase down it was, and look at the quality behind, but no doubt the break made it in the end. If only just.
If only just, eh? But Simon Gerrans clearly the fastest man out of the rest of the guys in the bunch, and almost catching up to breakaway Navarro and Luis Leon Sanchez.
We got a big selection there as well. The top 20 have got a time gap on everybody else, as you can see. Such was the determination of the descent. Simon Clark in 5th place, thought he'd go well today. Trek Factory Racing with Fabio Follin. Simon Gerrans, there he is in 3rd place. Dani Navarro, runner-up to Luis Leon Sanchez, who is our race leader. Wow, breath of stuff, and the clock's still rolling, and there's a lot of big gaps out there, and some have already lost their chance today. And on a 6-day stage race, you've got to make sure that every day counts.
Yeah, definitely. You can't afford to give any time away, but you know, with the racing so hard in the final, it is difficult to deal with that. And certainly we saw all the big favourites having a real go today. Even Contador very animated in the final, and with that we know that it's going to be hard.
Here is your overall, well, it's your stage. Sanchez takes it ahead of Navarro. Simon Gerrans, who is favourite for the day, finishes 3rd ahead of Follin. Simon Clark, Bacalance. Dan Martin was in the frame, Warren Barguil likewise, Tony Galopin and Chernetsky, along with the likes of Contador and of course Quintana. That was great, Magnus, and beautifully timed by Luis Leon Sanchez in every regard. He got to the line first.
Yeah, he did a very smart riding in the final kilometre or so, and just certainly took this